Shalom, 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 my brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel. It's your brother Ananias for A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. And as always, it's an honor and a privilege to come before you to give you another edifying and uplifting lesson. And the lesson I'm going to bring today is going to be short, quick, straight to the point. But, these are the things that we got to talk about, speak about nonetheless. Because when you listen to the Israelites teach on the highways and byways, the main message that we try to convey is that we as a nation of people have to come back to keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. We have to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. But it's very rare that you hear the brothers and sisters actually break down and bring out the laws, statutes, and commandments that we are supposed to be keeping. You know, we go into prophecies, we go into the testimonies, stories, we read the Psalms, we read Sirach, or we read Proverbs to get the wisdom. But it's not too often that we actually sit down and break down the actual laws. I'm not saying that most groups don't, but you don't hear it too tough. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are going to current events, just certain things going on in the world to make reference to, or something that might have happened at camp, or what's going on in somebody's life, depression, anxiety, anger, death. But the main thing that we're supposed to be pushing is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and actually going into the importance of keeping the commandments instead of actually seeking the ways of this world, And I'm going to go into something right quick because I'm not sure if Israel actually understands and knows the importance behind keeping the commandments, I'm going to go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter, Deuteronomy chapter 4. Start at chapter 4 right quick. It says, I'm going to start at verse 1, and I'm going to read on down for a second. It says, "Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which the Lord your God your God of your fathers giveth you." Salakia, Israel. "Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish out from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you." So this is Moses speaking to the Israelites, talking about keeping the commandments. Verse 3, he said, "Your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that follow Baal Peor, the Lord thy God have destroyed them from among you." Meaning going after different doctrines, following after other gods. All right? The Lord destroyed them from among you. "But ye that did cleave unto the Lord your God are alive every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do in the land whither ye go to possess it." So we got to understand that the law, statutes, and commandments were given to us to keep as a nation of people before we had a land. Before we actually had a home. We had our God, we had each other, and we had laws, statutes, and commandments which were put in place to help govern us, to help us to be able to deal with each other on a cordial level, on the things we supposed to eat, things we supposed to celebrate, customs, civil rights, things of that nature. We had laws put in place to help us to be able to govern ourselves as a nation. Verse 6, it says, "Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom." That's where I want to focus at. This is our wisdom, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. A lot of us, we know we're supposed to keep it. We hear it over and over again. We'll read over and over again. But it's the keeping part that plagues us as a nation. We don't want to keep what we read and know to keep, and that creates chaos. The scriptures tell you certain things to do in certain situations. You strive to do those things, and individuals don't want to follow and hearken, and we are all guilty of these things, So we have to strive each and every day to learn and keep the commandments. Why? Because it is our wisdom. What is wisdom? the use of knowledge and experience. How you use your knowledge and experience, that is your wisdom. So the Lord said that the commandments are our wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. That's the whole basis behind keeping the commandments. Not only do we live a great and prosperous life by keeping the commandments, but we are looked upon by the other nations as being wise, mighty, as an understanding nation, when we keep them. Verse 7, for what nation is there so great who have God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? You see that? No other nation has Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai next to them, in the midst of them, fighting for them, who freed them, who chose them, who gave law, statutes, and commandments to them. We do, though, as a nation. And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments, so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. So keeping these commandments ain't something that we just learn and start keeping. We supposed to learn them and teach them to our kids, to consistently learn and apply, and then they will teach to their kids. We supposed to teach to the grandkids. Pardon me, Israel. I know I look a little rough in the camera, but hey, I got a couple of days off. I'm letting my hair down, let it breathe, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I still got to bring this message. So another thing that I want to bring out is one of the main commandments that we as a people just, it's not sticking because we don't read this part. We'll read what they call dub the 10 Commandments, but we won't go any further. We won't even dig to go find, is there any more? We know it's more than 10, but we ain't digging to find them. So I'm going to read one out right quick and just go into it. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse, I'm going to start at, verse 6. It says, thou shalt not seek their peace, nor their prosperity all thy days forever. So we are not supposed to be here in the land of our captivity trying to live like the oppressor, trying to live like the slave master. The Lord said, all your days don't seek their peace. Why? Because they don't even know what peace is. They don't even know what peace is. Think about it. These are the same individuals that will go create a problem and then try to give you the solution. How is that peace? How is that peace? It's not. The Lord said, Deuteronomy 23:6, thou shalt not seek their peace. They don't know peace, so we shouldn't be seeking to be like them or seek anything that they have. Nor their prosperity, their lies. You want to live the so-called American dream, which, as we all know, you have to be asleep to dream. But you want to live the American dream. You want the big house with the picket fence. You want the husband, the wife, the 3 kids, and the dog. You want to send your kids off to college to be lied to. To learn how to be good employees. But are we really serving the Lord, teaching our kids how to serve him? As hard as we go to push our kids to be indoctrinized in this society, are we doing the things that are required or needed? No, we slacking in that department. Are we teaching our kids anything? What are we really teaching our kids when you actually dive into it? You say, hey, don't put the pants on. Put your fringes on. Yeah, that's good, but what else are you teaching them? Are you teaching them to love themselves, to enjoy what the Lord created for them? The Lord says seek peace and pursue it, but he said don't seek the peace of your enemies. I'm going to read it again. Deuteronomy 23:6. Thou shalt not seek their peace, nor their prosperity all thy days forever. We shouldn't be seeking what they go after. They want to go to the moon, we shouldn't be seeking it. They want to go to the bottom of the ocean, we should not be seeking it. That ain't got nothing to do with us. They want to figure out how to make an atomic bomb, a nuclear bomb, a ballistic missile. We shouldn't be seeking it. How to shoot a gun from 5 miles away, how to snipe somebody from 5 miles away, we shouldn't be seeking it. How to put tattoos all over your body, we shouldn't be seeking it. How to create food out of nothing, we shouldn't be seeking it. They seek those things because they are wicked and evil. You know, we should not seek anything that they want or have. We see them, oh man, why I can't have a nice car like that? Why I can't have a big house like that? Well, how about asking yourself why you can't serve the Lord like that? You know? Even with their false sense of religion or hope or faith, they still going day in and day out serving they false gods. Harder than we going to serve Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Think about that. Even of our own people, we go harder to serve white Jesus and refuse to serve what the Bible actually depicts him to be. We'll go hard in the paint to serve white Jesus, Caesar Borgia, than we will to even acknowledge that we are Israelites. We have been beguiled and tricked so long that we'll put off who we are to try to seek the peace of these other nations. We want to dress up like them. We want to be in their movies. We want to have them in our household. We want to make families with them. We want to marry them and reject everything about us. Think about that. Because we don't keep the commandments. We're supposed to be learning the commandments, keeping them. Why? Because that is our understanding. And when we do these things, the other nations will look at us and say, wow, that is our great and understanding people right there. I mean, if you ain't keeping these commandments, what else you got? What else is there to live for? Oh, you want to go to school, graduate, get your diploma, go to college, learn about something, get a degree, come out, get another degree, just to say I did it, or I'm up here now because I have 2, 3, 4 degrees. Still to go be an employee, still to be disrespected, to be on the bottom of society. It don't matter how many degrees or how much money you got in your bank account. You know? The Lord is telling us, keep these commandments. That's how you be prosperous. Let me get that in Joshua right quick. For some odd reason, we think that the amount of money or businesses that we start is going to make our lives better. Unbelievable. The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8. And it reads, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. Now, a lot of you brothers and sisters get to the point where you like, I ain't got time to read because you chasing the bag. A lot of you brothers and sisters say, I ain't got time for the Lord. Or, my bad, I missed it this week. The Lord said, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. It shouldn't go one day where you ain't thinking about the Lord. It shouldn't go 1 hour where you ain't thinking about the Lord. A lot of you say, I ain't got time. I didn't have time this week. You looking at it totally backwards. The way you should be looking at it is, how do I fit my job into my schedule when I'm serving the Lord every day? How do I fit everything else into my schedule when I'm dedicated every day to serving the Lord? How can I set in going and getting something to drink and having a good time watching movies versus knowing I got to read today, knowing I got to pray today? That's what you should be saying to yourself. How do I fit the world into my schedule to serve in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai? But we got it totally backwards. That's what it's talking about. Let me go. I'm going to get back to that. Let me go to Psalms 82 and 5 right quick. Because that mindset that we have here in Babylon the Great, even though we know we Israelites, we still backwards. Book of Psalms chapter 82 verse 5, it says, they know not, meaning the Israelites, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. Even though we understand that we Israelites, know we supposed to be keeping the commandments. What are we doing? We still walking in darkness, not truly understanding what we supposed to be doing. Neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. So everything has been flipped upside down from what it's supposed to be. You know, we supposed to be serving the Lord day in and day out with a joyful heart, with a glad or a happy spirit, so to speak. Supposed to be serving the Lord with a joyful spirit. But what do we do here in Babylon? Even though we know we Israel, we gonna go all out our way to serve the slave master still. We gonna go out our way to be oppressed still, because we trust in oppression. Unbelievable. So we supposed to be doing what? Serving the Lord every day, wholeheartedly, thinking about him first when you wake up, before you leave the house, in everything that you do. You're supposed to be thinking about serving the Lord. And then when it comes down to your job, you thinking, how can I fit my job into my schedule of serving the Lord? And you'll have a better perspective on how to do things. You know, man, I know I'm supposed to be reading today, studying, praying. How do I fit an 8-hour job into that? An 8-hour shift, a 10-hour, 12-hour shift into that. That's cutting back on my time, on knowing and loving my Lord. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Think about that. The world is still upside down in our minds. Even though we know who we are, our minds are still backwards, upside down. We'll go back to Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. Said, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. It ain't say once a week. It ain't say once a month. It say day and night. That means every day. But we'll go a whole week and won't even open the book and think we serving the Lord and saying we love the Lord. That's foolishness. He said, but thou shalt meditate, meaning think deeply therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. If you ain't picking it up and reading it every day, you ain't gonna get the understanding, nor will you move through the book and finish it. This is why we have to be diligent in this truth. We have to be disciplined if we want to be great. For then, that's the stipulation right there. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous. You're not gonna make your way prosperous by going in there laboring for Esau and these other nations for 8 to 10 to 12 to 14 hours a day, 8 days a week. You're not going to be prosperous. You're going to be broken down mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. Going in there trying to put oppression over serving the Lord, over righteousness. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. That's the only way we're going to have good success. Chasing after the bag is not going to do it, brothers and sisters. I don't know how many times we got to speak on this. Chasing the bag is not going to solve your problems. Chasing the Lord going to solve your problems. You know? Think about that. But I'm going to end it right there. I'm your brother Ananias for A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. And it's been an honor, a privilege. And we want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai for the abundance of all things. And on that note, I say shalom, shalom, peace and greetings to you all, and I'm out.